Welcome to week 3 of Little Self-Care Moments, our holiday series geared towards taking care of ourselves through the busyness of the holiday season and actually enjoying ourselves, even when things feel really heavy. For those of you that don't know us, we are Little Words Project Chief Wellness Officers. We want you to think of us as your guides to help you find your own kind of wellness in mind, body, and spirit. We are here to help you every step of the way, helping you take your little words bracelets and putting them into action. I am Stephanie. Hello, hello. And today we're talking about intentional spending. We want to share with you go-to practices that you can turn to this holiday season when you're feeling stressed with money.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kitty. And for today's segment, we're going to be breaking this up into 3 main sections. The 3 sections are intentional spending, boundaries around gift giving and receiving, and prompts to help you spend and earn with joy. Before we get started on these 3 actions, we want to share a grounding intention with everyone. And that intention is all the money that I spend and earn brings me joy. Bringing that intention into this holiday season can be really transformative into your enjoyment and experience, because everything is all about our perception and the story that we're creating around it, right? So the same situation can be viewed from an abundance or a scarcity. It's our choice. We get to choose, right? And in addition to this is a time of year that can kind of bring a lot of comparisons up to the surface. We might be seeing people going on vacations that we wish we could really go on, or spending on things that we just can't be spending on right now. So when we come back to that affirmation of the money that I spend brings me joy, then it helps us bring the focus back to us and away from comparison. It really brings it back to our own choices and joy. So with that intention, Steph is now going to take us into our first section for today.
Yes, that was wonderful. So, our first section for today is intentional spending. And I'm going to share with you 3 tips that you're going to want to take notes so you can put it to practice. So, the first tip is all about budgeting, right? Sometimes when you hear budget, it feels heavy or you feel uncomfortable or you want to avoid looking at your bank account. We say open up that bank account and get really clear on your holiday budget. How much are you comfortable spending this year? Right? If you're not gift giving, maybe you're buying things for yourself, which is also totally fine. What do you want to spend and how much do you want to spend? Get clear on that number so you're not avoiding what's going on and you're spending. Step number 2, we want you to think about a time that you bought the perfect thing at the perfect price, right? You gave the person the credit card and it felt so good, right? For me is I bought this lovely code. It is so fun. It was perfect price. I love it. So that takes us into step number 3, which are questions to ask yourself before spending. Number 1 is, does this purchase bring me that joyful sensation that I connected to? So for me, I'm going to go into the holiday season keeping this beautiful code in mind to say, is this bringing me the joy that buying this brought to me, right? So when you're spending money on your mom or your friends, is that sensation coming to life? If yes, hand your credit card and you are ready to make a purchase. If not, take some time to think about it. I will pass it back on to Kitty to talk about the second section for today.
I have one more thing that I want to add to that, Steph, and that is a concept that you introduced me to, I don't know how many years ago. And that's before opening up your bank account, having a conversation with Señorita Dinero, Miss Money, and being like, hey, Señorita Dinero, we're going to have a conversation, and almost treat it like a nice relationship that you have, like this friend that comes to visit you, right?
I
Like we had to bring
love,
Señorita Dinero up
we
again.
had to bring her up, have a glass of wine, have a tea, and just get comfortable with your bank account. I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yes. Okay. So the second section revolves around boundaries around receiving and giving gifts. So this can feel really different for everyone. Some people love gift giving. Some people love gift receiving, and some people, it just isn't really their jam, right? So you get to choose and express what feels best for you. So, for example, at my house, we used to do gift giving, gift receiving for all of us in the house every Christmas. And we start to all kind of realized that we didn't enjoy it very much. So we changed up the rules the last 3 years where we just do a secret Santa and we provide one gift for one person, each of us. And it's been a really nice change of tradition. So remember, you get to play around with this in whatever way feels good. We want to share some boundaries that you can set around this to express. And we know that boundaries can feel a bit scary to express. They can be kind of difficult. So here are some prompts that you can use for yourself to make it a little bit easier. The first boundary sounds like this. This year, I don't want to do any gift giving. Please don't get me anything. And I would really appreciate you respecting that for me. The second one can sound like, hey, this year I'd love to have more experiences rather than actual things. So I'd love to go out for dinner with you, go for a coffee, or go for a show. How does that sound for you? And then finally, around budgeting, you can say something like, hey, I'm really wanting to be budget friendly this year. So $25 is what I feel comfortable spending on gifts this year. How does that sound for you? There are some boundaries for tips or boundaries for gift giving and receiving. And now Steph is going to take us into the third and final section for us.
And it's so important that we both want to mention and remind all of you, like setting boundaries is going to be difficult. Like it's going to feel uncomfortable, especially if you've never done it before. Remember that you are strong, you are courageous, you get to set boundaries, feel uncomfortable, and still honor your budget and your holiday spending. For our final section is all about appreciation. Like Señorita Dinero, Katie mentioned earlier, Miss Money, she wants to feel appreciated just like you want to feel appreciated as a person. So here are some things that you can keep in mind when you're spending money and also when you're earning money. So if you are a business owner, or even if you're not, you have money coming into the bank. Every time money comes in, I have this gong that my husband gave me a few years ago, and I ring it, right? My daughter and I, we ring it and we dance, and we're just like appreciating the money coming in. Same when I'm giving my credit card at coffee shop or Whole Foods. It's like, yes, take my credit card. I am honored to spend the money on this delicious food that I'm going to be eating or this incredible coffee. So that's why bringing joy into spending and earning is so, so important. Now, remember, if you're feeling stressed or anxious or sad, we don't recommend you use shopping as a place to feel happy, right? Don't use shopping as an alignment action for you. Take a moment, soothe yourself, take a nap, go for a walk, wait until you feel better, and then you can go back out and do the shopping. And then the last really fun tip when it comes to appreciation, if you're super visual or creative, or this just might be a fun activity for you to do, is creating a vision board. You can do Pinterest, or you can get magazines out and just create a vision board of what is your intention around the holiday season. Maybe you're putting gifts for people that you want to get, and it's just a place for you to connect with and pictures to connect with that make you feel super joyful. Like, I can't wait to do my own little vision board for the holiday season. So today we have shared a good amount of information, right? And the idea is take what resonates with you. It's not about doing all of it, right? Kitty and I are so big on always saying it's about practice, not perfection. So share with us in the comments what resonated with you. Maybe you can take a little picture of your vision board and share it, whatever it feels like. We love to hear from you. And stay tuned for next week, where we're going to be talking about food and keeping harmony in your body and mind during the holiday season. Thank you all so much.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.